There was a time when bullying was regulated to school hallways or playgrounds, but as technology has evolved, so have bullies.
They can be bullied through their phone, through their computer, through their PlayStation, through their Xbox.
With a bring your own technology policy and access to Facebook, Early County High School Principal David Ferry knows cyberbullying can start in the classroom, but he says they've taken precautions.
Our rule is that if they are going to do any kind of internet access, that they do use our Wi-Fi to access it and not their cellular signal.
That way, all student internet activity, whether on a phone, laptop, or tablet, can be tracked. In Georgia, cyberbullying is punishable by law, and it goes beyond what happens on a social media site to include phone calls, text messages, instant messages, and emails.
Knowing what your child's doing online is very important.
Tammy Story is the Parent Involvement Coordinator for Early County Schools.
And sometimes children get online and think they're anonymous and it's not real world, but it is real world.
She says parents should not just settle for talking to their kids about what they do online.
You should be able to access your child's technology at any time. Anything they're on, you should be able to go in and see what's going on. That's not snooping, that's just good parenting.
Ferry says if cyberbullying does occur, consequences range from confiscating the device to suspension from school and even police involvement. But Ferry and Story say parents can help stop cyberbullying before it gets to that.
I try to let parents know, you don't have to know everything about everything, but being informed and, knowing a little bit about these apps kids are downloading, different apps like Yik Yak and Kick and Instagram, all of those can be used for the purposes of cyberbullying as well as good things too.
Making mom and dad the first and last line of defense for this generation of bullies. In Blakely, Ashton Wright, WTVY, your hometown news leader, right now. Peanut Corporation of America is no more, but the memory of the deadly salmonella outbreak linked to the Blakely plant is like a bruise that just won't heal.
There were some people right after that event happened that said, well, we just need to bulldoze that building.
Today, the building still stands, but there's no trace of the former company.
The building and property was recently sold to a local company.
Progressive Ag borrowed $175,000 from the county to repurpose the building. They'll use the space to refurbish old peanut pickers.
We have a lot of good things going on in a building that has a bad stigma, but we're certainly moving ahead and moving forward and looking forward to seeing what that company's going to bring to Blakely.
The expansion will mean about a dozen new jobs, a rebirth of sorts for a building blighted by controversy. And now the man at the center of the investigation into Peanut Corporation of America could spend the rest of his life in prison for his role in the deadly outbreak. But regardless of the sentence Stuart Parnell receives, Blakely Mayor Anthony Howard says it's time to let the past be the past.
Yeah, this will be the closure that we need in Blakely and Early County to finally put it in the past and move forward.
Parnell was convicted in September of last year. Prosecutors said he knowingly allowed the Blakely facility to ship tainted peanuts, prompting one of the largest food recalls in U.S. history. 9 people died and more than 700 were sickened. Mayor Howard says the city and county have come a long way since the outbreak.
The community, I believe, has healed given the amount of time, and I believe it will continue to heal after the sentencing phase is completed and it's sort of put to rest, final rest.
The best thing that we've gotten out of it is Peanut Proud.
The Peanut Proud Festival celebrated its 7th year in March. It was started in the wake of the tainted peanut incident as a way to highlight the benefits of goobers. But Blakely Early County Chamber President Kyle Cornegay says it's done so much more.
A lot of things about Peanut Proud that don't get said as much as the fact that they offer peanut butter to the needy, all of these things from the Peanut Association. And the fact that they're able to offer that out of the rubble of this terrible tragedy, well, then that's just fantastic. Blakely's a special place, and a place like Blakely, that's what we do when bad things happen. We overcome adversity.
And the adversity surrounding the now defunct Peanut Corporation of America will soon be a mere memory for them. In Blakely, Ashton Wright, WTVY, your hometown news leader, right now. Front Porch Marketplace has space for 17 vendors, and while they've only been open for less than 2 months, they've already had one success story.
I never thought that a storefront would be a possibility.
Sophie Adams is the owner of Magnolia Maven Antique Store. She started selling antiques online 12 years ago. She says the marketplace was just what she needed.
The front porch offered me the opportunity to kind of get my feet wet. And once it began, it just blossomed. What we want to do is nurture these vendors and let them grow, and then let them go out to the storefront and start a business of their own and help revitalize our downtown.
The Front Porch Marketplace is a business incubator. Inside, you'll find unique clothing for children and adults, handmade door hangers, and even organic soaps and lotions.
It's sort of a dream come true.
Sheila Williams is the owner of Riley's Ribbons. She and her daughter started making little girls' clothes about 3 years ago.
We try to do things that are unique. We only make one item. One item has its own character. I do not make dresses alike. It started with a bet, of course.
Carol Williams sells homemade goat's milk, soap, and lotion made from milk from her own goats.
Somebody bet me that I couldn't milk a goat, and it kind of snowballed from there. So this is a good place for me to just grow my business and help the community just by being here.
And when Carol and Sheila are ready to follow in Sophie's footsteps, the Front Porch has a dozen more vendors ready to take their place.
When one vendor moves out, we'll get another vendor in, and we'll just keep growing until our hometown fills up with new businesses.
In Donaldsonville, Ashton Wright, WTVY, your hometown news leader, right now. There was singing and dancing, running around, and a whole lot of water. On Thursday, hundreds of fourth graders traded their books for boats at the 9th Annual Waterways Festival. And while it looks like a day off from school, the students actually spent the day learning all about H2O. The kids rotated from station to station learning about pollution.
Oh man! All that stuff is going to the what? When you go to the bathroom, it goes to the what? To the waste.
How water works with their bodies.
How many of you had breakfast this morning?
Staying safe on the water.
These are not good life jackets. Yeah, this is only for emergencies, and this will not keep you floating.
And even how to make paper.
Chris, can you get it off?
Volunteers from the paper mill, hospital, and the State Park Service offered up lots of hands-on learning opportunities for the kids.
Am I getting y'all wet?
After all, how can you truly learn about water if you don't get a little wet? In Early County, Ashton Wright, WTVY, your hometown news leader, right now. 'Twas 3 weeks before Christmas, and all through the shelves the reindeer were prancing for the big man himself. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care to get folks in the spirit, for 'tis the most wonderful time of the year.
We have an open house for our patrons. It's more or less we appreciate you. Come in and enjoy the fellowship and the friendship.
With Frosty on snack duty and the Hulk standing guard, folks from the community could mingle and browse through the wonderland of books and trees all adorned, and maybe find the perfect gift for that special loved one.
V&V Jewelry, wonderful display of different things that they've done with metal. Beautiful, beautiful work. Penny Howard, she actually can take pretty much anything and paint it for you.
Continuing a holiday tradition of saying thanks and God bless.
This is something that's been going on for as long as I can remember. It's just a great thing.
Spreading the Christmas spirit among those they love best.
Have a wonderful Christmas season.
In Blakely, Ashton Wright, WRGX, your hometown NBC.